The transition from military life to civilian life can be a tough one. That's why American Corporate Partners has a mentorship program that's dedicated to helping our former servicemen and women find the right career.
Headquartered in New York, American Corporate Partners help both military veterans and military spouses develop their network, communication skills, and more. The team connects the veterans or protégés with mentors that are active in the business world. Currently, there are over 4,000 veterans and military spouses enrolled in the program.
And I was thinking about wanting to do something different post a long-standing career in investment banking. And we had all these men and women who were in Iraq and Afghanistan and elsewhere who signed up for short tours. They were there on extended duty. They were in the reserves. They didn't expect to find themselves in Baghdad. You had people from the National Guard who thought they were doing hurricane relief and they find themselves in Fallujah. And so I realized that as a country, we weren't really thinking about what we were going to do for these men and women when they came home. And it was against that backdrop I started ACP. The greatest challenge our military faces when they come home is not knowing what they want to do. And if you spent 18 years in the Navy and you're on ships in the Mediterranean or in the South China Sea, you're not really thinking about, do I want to work for John Deere or MasterCard when I get home? You don't know the people at the companies, you don't really know what the jobs are like, and you haven't really thought about it much because your primary job is to be safe and to do your job and keep your buddies safe. So when you come home, boom, you're instantly unemployed. And so the biggest challenge is a lot of these men and women take the first job they can find, which isn't necessarily a job that leads to a career. So we've had about 21,000 veterans who've completed a year-long mentoring program. The mentoring program is designed where we get primarily corporate, reasonably senior managers, professionals from big companies all around the country. We ask them to consider volunteering their time an hour a month. Now, the mentor might introduce the veteran, we call them protégés. The mentor might introduce the protégé to friends of the mentor.
Patrick Alvarez started his career as a math teacher in the South Bronx. As part of the Army National Guard for the past 3 years, he protected the Capitol building during the insurrection and was on a COVID mission in New York. With a pivot now towards the finance industry, he joined the mentor program.
I've been a specialist for the United States Army, 25 Quebec. That's a multi-channels transmission systems operator. And our role requires us to maintain, supervise, and as well as manage all of the communication devices on the field. When it comes, especially in times of war, communication is perhaps the most vital thing. I saw somewhere that over 200,000 great men and women leave the service and then enter into the civilian world. Many of us, we need professional training, we need proper coaching, and we also need that level of mentorship that can open us up to new networks. So ACP was pivotal in kind of closing the bridge and closing the gap for me as I connected now and transitioned into the real world, as they say.
ACP's database of mentors allow them to perfectly pair up vets. Maura Mander has spent over 20 years in the financial industry. Everything from trading, sales, marketing, and more.
It was at a meeting out of the office. A colleague who I knew through the business, but not one that I worked with. We were all at a meeting, and he had become acquainted with ACP, and so he brought it up and mentioned it really to everyone at the meeting and said, you know, this is a really great organization. They have a really great mission. So I decided that I would like to be a mentor. Our veterans and people who enlist in the military make a great sacrifice when they enlist, and they go away and they leave their homes and their families, and when they come home, the least we can do, or the least I have felt that I could do, is offer some of my time to help them transition back into civilian life.
By developing veterans' communication and leadership skills, their mentor program helps those who have served find the right career path for a successful civilian life, because their service deserves our service. If you're interested in becoming a mentor or joining their mentorship program, visit their website, acp-usa.org.
When you're in the military, your network is predominantly people in the military. So when you come back home, you feel like almost you've lost that network. ACP helps you redevelop that network.
This program was brought to you by Philip Morris International. Their support has made this project possible.